Welcome to Tangling Along with me. We are continuing on tanglepatterns.com, and today it is this pattern that we're gonna work with, so let's open up the book. This is another border tangle, and I did not make that much room for border tangles, so that is not that good, and I want to make it bigger today so everyone can see what I am doing. I could pop it in up here. I could also just make that one to my border. I'm gonna do that. I know that is very weird, but I'm gonna pop in my border right here. So I'm making my first side line here and the next one beside it. So we are auraing as a sideline. And I'm gonna turn my book around to make it easier on myself. I want around the fingers wide. There we go, and I'm gonna make that one double as well. So that's the first part of this tangle, and I am just gonna get rid of these string lines here. Make as if they were never there. So your string lines are just suggestions. That was a hard one. You can always go over them as you please, and that's what I did today. So in here we are going to make a zigzag pattern, going from one side of the ribbon to the other side of the ribbon. All the way down. Ah, that almost did fit. Let me make it so it do fit. There we go. Then I'm going to aura the inside of these triangular shapes. And I'm gonna do it in all of them. I'm just gonna start at the top because that is easy for me. And the last piece here. There we are. Turn it all around, and I'm gonna do the same here on the inside of the line or the outside. On the other side of the line. And oops, the last one. And then I am going to look at one of these sides here, and I'm going to make kind of a semicircle here inside of the first one, and I'm gonna do the same here. The way down. And now I'm gonna leave that part because it's so open, so I'm just gonna leave that one. And then we are rounding off where these lines are hitting the side and coloring in any coloring in all these small rooms. Words are hard today. Sorry about that. Interstices, that's a word. And I'm of course doing it on the other side as well. and coloring that in black. Let me just turn it around a tiny bit. There we go, and then we're gonna do it on all of these. And on the other side. I like the look of it. Remember to relax in your hands, your shoulders. Don't choke the pen, and remember to breathe. There we go. I'm gonna turn my book around, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing on this side. I have made this pattern without making the little roundings here, and that looks pretty neat as well. But with the rounding it gets another look, and I am doing it after the step out today, so I am gonna do these roundings as it says to do so. So I'm just taking my time with it, trying to enjoy the process of doing so. And I'm not coming down too hard on myself if I am not doing them alike everywhere, and if they're not equally big, or if they're not all nice and rounded but a little chunky or something. That's okay, because in the end it will still look pretty good no matter how even this is or how uneven it is, so don't worry. Again, this is not about the end result, actually. This is more about the state of mind that you are in when you are concentrating about working with these tangles. That's the important step here. And then if you get something really cool out of it, that is really nice as well. And the last row I had on this side. So almost done. There we go. I would have loved to have some colors in here, but I'm not sure how to do that if I should. I could take the light brown maybe on one side of this. So if I color this, whoops, oh, I'm throwing with the lid. Sorry about that. So if I'm just coloring this side here in with my light brown micron brush, you can use any kind of coloring for this. You could even use Copic markers if you wanted to, or Uhu markers. But then you just need to make sure that your paper is working with those kind of markers. I actually never tried it with my Copic markers, but maybe I should do that one day and see how that goes. I kind of like that, kept that one. And then I am going to take my white jelly roll. This is the 08, because I think the 010 might be too big here. So I'm just gonna make a little line and a dot here in the rounding. To give it a little shine, sparkle. And I can do that because I have the brown color in there. I can even take my white charcoal and pop in a little white here around that little sparkle that I made to make it even more sparklier. And then I'm gonna take my Tortillion for the white. And I'm just gonna carefully, really carefully go over this because you don't want to damage the page more than necessary, and you can do that with that combination we have right here. Anyway, taking my graphite, and I am gonna go in here and make some shadings here on each side of the ones that we did not color in. And I'm gonna do that on all of these. There we go. Taking my Tortillion for the graphite and just carefully soften that out, because we don't want it to be all gray, we want it to have a shadow. And I'm gonna turn it around to do it on the other side. There we go. I like that. That is the pattern for today. I think that's a fun one. It was this pattern right here. So I hope you will try it out, and remember to keep it a little bigger so that it looks nice on your page. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Have an attitude of gratitude.